Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
It's 3 a.m. and the sirens are going off. Another rocket attack. I've got my boots and got my ammo in my 50-pound sack. A 100 boys headed to war in this world unknown. The only peace of mind I've got are these letters from home. Another day has come and gone. Another night I'm all alone. I didn't think I'd be this far out here in Kandahar. Well, most of us, we made it home, but we never came back. When we close our eyes at night, we hear a rocket attack. I've tried to talk and tell you about it, but it ain't the same. All these thoughts that run through my head, well, they can't be tamed. Another day has come and gone. Another night I'm all alone. I didn't think I'd be this far out here in Kandahar. Another day has come and gone. Another night I'm all alone. I didn't think I'd be this far out here. We ain't far from Kandahar. In Kandahar.
of all sentient beings. Let's roll.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Good morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
You're listening to Sergeant's Time on WTF Nation Radio.
3 April 2020. WTF Nation Radio's Sergeant's Time with myself, Ice, and Spanky.
That's me.
Oh man, what a week! This is going to be an awesome show. Going to talk about a lot of stuff. Yeah. It would appear that the behoovosphere is cracking. I shouldn't say that, but there's always going to be the behoovosphere, the stratosphere, the ionosphere, and the behoovosphere, right? Man, God, there has been some crazy stuff going on. Real quick, I just want to give a rule. Let me just give you. I was thinking about, do I ever do like an opening monologue or something like that? I don't know. I just usually just go off after I've had, a couple cups of coffee, and but.
I jump straight into it.
Yeah.
Why don't you say hello to the people?
Yeah, I really don't. My thing is that I have a feeling, looking at all these texts that we're about ready to show, I got to worry about. There's a worry out there. I think there's a problem. I think we kind of messed up on how we're going about all this master resilience training. Remember that, right? You remember all that resiliency stuff?
Yeah.
Resiliency and
Romeo?
What was it?
Romeo Hotel.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Hunt the good stuff and hunt the good stuff and all that.
Those people.
Yeah. I just kind of think that you guys are going to be seeing some stuff. Leaders, you guys are pushing your troops to the edge. I'm telling you right now, it's bad enough they had to deal with your ass while they were at work, and I'm talking about everybody because we're going to be highlighting a bunch of both on and off post incidents. But now they got to deal with you 24/7, 24/7. Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes, because right now, if you're not seeing the pressure of it, I have never seen so many screenshots of conversations coming into the inbox. Some of it's pretty fucking crazy that we've had to send over to some commands, and they've handled it on their own. But some of this stuff is just straight. Hey, we're fitting to light them up. And I don't know. It just kind of like, it gives me one of those impressions that we're not focusing on what's important. When we say in master resiliency training, hunt the good stuff, make sure that we're doing all this, how we talk to our soldiers and how we discuss things with our soldiers. Ask, not, getting their feelings and stuff like that. I don't want to say I don't care about feelings of a soldier, but there's a point where this is supposed to be a resilient skill event to non-commissioned officers for soldiers to have to deal with. We got to give them some resilience, right? It's they didn't they have like some big broad event, like you said, your training, that's kind of like, it's supposed to be, dealing with individuals that have gone through, and I just don't think that the stress that we've played upon them enough already, we're not really helping them when we're really grinding on them. And I'm going to tell you what, we're really putting the pressure on them. I'm going to show you some screenshots, and I never thought I would see our non-commissioned officers act like this. I never thought I would see platoon sergeants, staff sergeants, sergeant first class. There is a humbling moment to be learned here. When one of my peers, a command sergeant major, says a comment that just kind of made me go, okay, there's some hope. There is some hope. But you master sergeants, first sergeants, sergeant first class, staff sergeants, you guys need to freaking pay attention to what you're doing to your troops. I'm not asking to coddle the kids. Yeah, some kids, of course, they need some discipline, and they're going to need some adult supervision, or whatever you want to call it. But there's kids that are pretty freaking smart on their own, that don't need your freaking assistance, that don't need the constant pressure. Again, they have been dealing with your asses all fucking day while you're at work. And they didn't want to fucking deal with your ass, let alone through a text message. But now through these special quarantined and missing essential events, they are dealing with your asses 24/7. And I'm kind of seeing a pattern. We'll get to that in a minute. To where we're now doing some stuff that you know, Spanking, we used to laugh back in the day where, it's NCOs who do this. We're like, no way, they never do that. Like urban legends and shit. This is like urban legend stuff. We have now codified this through electrons, through the behovosphere, and through the fifth domain. They're trying to make it like an eighth domain now, which is, I'm kind of laughing about that. We already got too many damn domains
They have
anyways.
receipts of all this now.
Yeah, now we have receipts, exactly. We have receipts to post them all. But real quick, we're going to cover some UCMJ stuff. This is some interesting stories. So we'll get to that. We'll get to the screenshots in a minute. But I just kind of like, leaders, pull your heads out your butts. I know that's kind of mean to say. I know this is the platform to do it, I guess. I have an NCO call to let you guys know that you're really squeezing their troops too much. Too much. Some of you are actually squeezing your troops. You need to fucking knock that shit off too.
Yeah.
Pull
your heads out of each other's butts. I don't think all y'all are coming up on with all this on your own either.
Right, exactly. So real quick, we just want to so let's go over to the pen. Let's go over to U.S. Forces Korea and 8th Army. 8th Army. This doozy of event. We're gonna post it up right now. Hey, we're just the way things are. We're gonna give you guys the electronic UCMJ board, and everyone says, "Oh, this is cruel. You shouldn't be doing this." Did you just say we should be doing massive resiliency? No, this is enforcing the standards right here. This is good order and discipline type stuff. So the command is not going to take any crap when it comes to this stuff. General officer, look at that, a PB2, an MP, MP, don't arrest me. You better rest that leg behind that tree. Look at this. For violating a lawful order. Breaking the U.S. Forces Korea COVID-19 public health guidance by visiting an outpost bar, by violating the USFK 190-7 installation access by entering a post through a hole in a fence. How the hell? Were they like testing?
Not a hole in the fence.
No, not a hole in the fence. That can't be it. Violating a no authorized travel order in violation of Article 19 UCMJ for willfully dereliction of duty. In violation of, it just reads in false official statements to military police investigators. How does an MP, he's a PV2 though, an MP. I know I've been getting some DMs about busting people and how people should get busted, and MPs are the ones that are holding the standards, and I agree. ICE loves MPs. I really believe that if the individuals that have to, I feel sorry for them sometimes. MPs get the bad rap sometimes. They have to sit there and freaking pull people over and get a ticket, tell you to stop speeding. So here's this PFC telling you to whatever. This is kind of a big deal when the individuals that are standing out there representing the unit, they're representing the command. That shit kind of like looks bad. However, justice was served. Reduction to E1. 45-day restriction, 45-day extra duty. Forfeiture pay. See, we need to have, hey, Fort Bragg, hey, all you other installations, send us some charge sheets. We don't mind dropping the electrons. Hell, we'll help you with your electronic UCMJ board. We don't mind. Let's look at the next one. The next one's it's a PFC. Oh, no, we're moving up in rank. Oh, it's a PFC. MPs are wilding. They're wilding like crazy. Did this kid do the same thing? Was this the fence thing? Yeah, it's the same thing. A little fence.
Oh, yeah.
Little PFCs.
There's 3 of them.
Yeah, I think there was. PFC. Same thing.
I want to see a picture of this hole in the fence.
Yeah, I want exactly that.
That's what I want.
Did they actually jump through the fence? And I want to see what this. We want to have video receipts. Is that what it is? Yeah, but
I really just do want to see a picture of this hole in the fence. Like, if it was a small hole, did they have to crawl through the hole?
Right.
I mean, they're MPs. They're probably patrolling. They probably saw the hole, or did they cut the hole? Like, I have questions.
Right. I mean, when you kind of think about it, you look at this right here, and you see the same thing, right? I mean, look at that same busted and all sorts of stuff. So,
I mean,
yeah.
They're probably together.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're being privates. Privates be wilding, but they're MPs. Okay, MPs. You kind of have to have you have to have a certain. You have to hold a higher standard of conduct if you're an MP.
Privates are privates. I don't care what your MOS is.
Right, but privates are privates, but they're MPs.
There's going to be a handful that are going to do stupid
right,
things.
Right, and there we go. There's the handful right there. 3 PFCs, 2 PV2s, and a PFC. Same right there.
A bunch of privates.
Yeah, a
now.
bunch of privates, yeah. So read the same thing, so it was another one. So I don't know why they had to do more than one slide, but I guess that was it. There was 3 of them. I was like, I understand how come you guys...
Oh, 3 slides are prettier than 1 slide.
Yeah, exactly. Of excellence. So there you go. There you have the U.S. the 8th Army. So 3 little privates, hanging out and by the fence, went over to violate the COVIDs. So there you go. There's a cadence right there. Yeah. So it was some crazy stuff that you had to do like this. Causes to prove the hole was intentionally put on the fence for ready for trade. Yeah, probably security. You see, everyone's saying the same thing. That was probably the false statement. Not reporting the hole in the fence. See, read that again. Read what it says. It says by not reporting the hole in the installation fence. That's a willful dereliction of duty. So that means he probably saw the hole in the fence. Or did they literally cut through that? So it's like, man.
I don't know. They could have, but I mean, their job as MPs is to report these kinds of things so they can, like, who else is crawling in and out this hole?
Right. Exactly.
That's a complete security violation.
It is straight up interior guard, exterior guard type stuff. The MP should have just like busted out, and then, but like you said, privates be wilding. They be privates. Privates are wilding. So 3 little privates busted in a fence. Busted the bit. So hey, whatever. So now it gets up to. So that's just 8th Army. Let's go higher. Then I got U.S. Forces Korea. General Abrams does not play when it comes to this stuff right here. He will straight bust you. And not only will he bust you, he'll ban you from installations. He'll for a couple of years. So a DA civilian. Remember we were just talking about contractors and soldiers and stuff?
Yes.
A DA civilian. USFK Department of the Army civilian who works at Yongsan and spouse traveled to and dined in at an off installation restaurant. Dining in at an off installation restaurant is a violation of the quarantine, the USFK's public health guidance and health protection condition measures. These mitigation measures are by order of the USFK commander. That's crazy. I mean, this like not messing around. General Abrams.
Right. He told y'all to get your food to go and go back to your apartment.
Right.
Y'all think you're civilians, and that general can't tell me what to do. Oh, well,
no, Todd, they were not
on his post no more.
Todd, they were not support MOSs. They were MPs. MP, don't arrest me. Trying to find that hole inside the fence to get them COVIDs. Sorry, I'm gonna write that.
No, if they were cooks, they didn't know how to make their own wine.
Yeah, they were exactly.
Never mind.
Their own soju. That was to bust that out. Exactly. People can be mad about that. Well, you guys talk about that. That's best up to cooks. But right. So the next one we have here. What's the next one here? This is the same. This is another contractor. Dude, what's going on? Disobedience order to stay at home due to possible exposure to COVIDs. Pending test results. I think this is the same contractor we had before, and I think it was just an update.
Maybe. I mean,
but
there's a lot of contractors over there.
Yeah, but they're banned.
Oh, but
barred from the installation. Go ahead.
This one has specific dates. The other contractor, it said that one went to the PX and the commissary.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so this guy just like straight up or gal just chose to not comply and visited Camp Humphreys. Man, this means orders. Look at that. He got busted.
Yeah, I'm like.
Man,
so I don't understand. Like, I don't understand the civilian either. It's what's the big deal that you need to sit down and eat? Like, I mean, I don't even like doing that without, like, the Rona all around. I'm like, I like to get my food, go home, sit on my couch,
right,
in front of my TV,
right,
and watch, like whatever it is I'm watching that week.
Really, but wait, there's more. But there's more. See, okay, so barred from the installation for 2 years. Could you imagine? How do you explain that to your boss? How do you explain it to your boss?
The boss is saying you're fired.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, on the contractor, it's really easy.
Exactly.
On the DA civilian side, it's probably a little harder. It's hard as fuck to fire those fuckers.
Really? Well, I don't know. I mean, this is a command. Well, I mean, the commander. I don't know. But check this out. This next one's like, whoa. This next one's gonna be, what? So the next one is a teacher. Wait. Let me say that again.
Those are basically almost like contracts.
Well, I mean, telework for 2 years. I should say DODEA employee. I shouldn't say teacher. I don't want General Abrams to blow up my DMs because I want to be correct. It doesn't say teacher. So it just says a DODEA, a Department of Defense Education Activity employee who works at Camp Humphreys and spouse travel to and dine in and off installation. I wonder if they're the same people that hung out with the other ones.
They all went together.
They all went together.
They really needed their beef and leave.
Exactly. And they invited the privates to drive for them because they're MPs.
But the privates had to go out the hole.
They didn't live off we don't want to get you in trouble, privates. Shut
all
up.
These other people lived off hosts.
Whatever, privates. What about you? What about me coming in here? No, shut up, privates. But yeah, exactly, Jason. The majority of the civilians, I mean, is it hard? I mean, look at this. Barred from all USFK installations for 2 years. 2 years. Man. It could be the gender.
I mean, it's not that hard. I'm like, at least, like I said, there's so much those like civilians and stuff that live off post can still do and not violate any of the orders. Like, they don't have to eat inside. You know what? You can get delivered in Korea. Like, you can get chicken and beer delivered 24/7 over there. Like, why do you need to go into a restaurant, even in the best of times?
Right, exactly.
I don't understand.
Right, exactly. I'm just like, ugh. That's not necessary.
Like, before Uber Eats was a thing, like, you can get McDonald's. Little guy on the moped, come up, bring you your McDonald's.
Okay, operators, hello. Yeah, hi. Is that cool to say that? I mean, can I say it like that? I'm gonna get in trouble. I don't know. We have yet to have. Well, you're EO qualified, right? Is that EO-able? So. I
don't know. I watch South Park. I'm not the best EO rep when it comes to.
I was about to say yeah.
Humor.
So exactly. But
don't be fucking around with the sharp stuff. I'll fight you.
Exactly. Okay, so real quick, so that was the from over on the pen. So 3 MPs and some civilians got busted. Contractor and DODA civilian, DODA, and DA civilian, and their spouse. That's kind of messed up, man. It's kind of like, well, at least they know what you got busted for. I mean, it's kind of like you can't really, your old lady gets mad at you. What happened? I got busted. I got sent home. You know what I mean? Because that's one of those things where you can, if your wife's with you when you get in trouble, your old lady's with you when you get in trouble, then you're not trying to pull a haymaker over her. But so the next thing we're gonna go over right quick, and everyone's asking. I just had to throw up real quick that information up there because there was some I'm gonna tell you what. There's some people out there that were talking about MPs and all this other stuff, and I'm thinking, you know what? We don't really. We were kind of like telling everybody what's going on. I don't care if they're MPs or not. I don't care if they're cooks or not, or civil. General Abrams, they're not playing over there. They're literally doing their best to smash the curve and wiping and kill the virus to begin with. That to mess around with something like that, I don't understand. Are they not believing something, or is there something in the water, or they got COVIDs and they're asymptomatic? Whatever.
I don't know. That's probably why they have such low numbers of cases. Like when they were still reporting, like when this all first started, Korea was the first place that it was happening.
Right.
And how many soldiers got it? Like 2?
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, first days of this.
Right. There's a soldier who was talking about in Stars and Stripes, and talked about his time and all that. Yeah. So Chad Garland posted that out. So shout out to Stars and Stripes. But yeah, I was just like, dude, are you really gonna, you're gonna try to push it? I mean, look, if a 4-star, if a general is taking serious, if generals are taking serious and they're taking it to Twitter and they're taking it to their social media and they're putting it out there and they want everybody to know how serious this is, I'll be honest with you. If I was still in and I still had some time, I would be 41. I'd fly into the virus. I would do 41. Come on, Spanky, let's go. We would go to Korea and we'd serve some time because that right now, just by the way things are going, because pretty soon you're gonna see why everyone now wants to go to Korea. Yeah, I'll give you.
Down.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go back.
Let's go back. The freaking WTF J1 said I couldn't come in. Something about something. Yeah. I should try.
I mean, I go back in if I go to Korea.
I would go back in just to do a Korea tour and then come back. You know what I mean? I mean, like, okay, I'd be like a contract sergeant major or something like that. I don't know. Do you want me to like do some garrison stuff? I'll go help you do some graphics or whatever. Do some work at AFN or something like that. I'll do something like that. I'll come in and help, smash the curve and help them with their messaging program or something. But it seems like now Korea. I mean, come on. Remember, everyone was going to Germany because they want to go to Korea, and then when everybody in Germany started going to Iraq, everybody wanted to go to Korea then. It was like the lesser of the two evils. And now, shit, just seeing all the news, having General Donahoe and, Mike Levin and coming on and, hearing and seeing General Abrams talking about stuff. Damn, I'm going to go to Korea now. I don't want to go as a civilian. I want to go there as a troop. Or maybe DA.
I can take temperatures. I'm not a medic. Right. Anything, but I know how to work with thermometers.
I'm T-triple-C qualified. I can help. I can help.
I had 40 hours of medical training.
Yeah, exactly. I got 40 hours of combat lifesaver at T-triple-C. We can do this. We can smash the curve. Anyways, flatten the curve, whatever they want to call it. Real quick, let me give you guys just a real quick update on the COVID stuff that we've been posting on the main page. If you guys don't know Morgan, she's our J1. She is our J1, and she's rocking it. It's probably one of the most busiest freaking members of the WTF staff, aside from the boss, the WTF Sergeant Major. I just do memes with everybody else, and then all the other staffs, the admins, that we got PMOs, and everybody in the staff. They're busy. This is some busy stuff. So for today's,
she is at USA WTFMJ1.
That's right.
I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna drop her.
Yeah, she has been on Twitter on fire, knocking out all this information when it comes to exception of policies for PCSs, talking about the fragos, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Talking about all the ALARACs that have been out for PME. We were the first ones to break. Yeah, we were the first ones to break the extension. So there's a lot. We're on it. And so Hail Hydra. So number one, real quick, Frago 22 was released, and that update was posted last night. XORD, 164-20 Frago 1. Can I say this on the freaking air? What is it? Can I say like XORD numbers and fragos and stuff like that? Because I don't want anybody to go.
I mean, if it's in writing.
If it's in writing on Twitter, right? We can say
you
that.
can Google it. I mean, you can't read the whole thing. Like it's like a
it's like excerpt. A doc. Yeah, I can read that.
I'll allow it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then, so the Army Body Fat Program and the ACFT, APFT is coming out, pending release from the DA, from the Department of the Army G357. ALARAC 028-2020 is the revision is on hold pending the Secretary of the Army's Exception to Policy Authorities Delegation Memo. He will review tonight and hopefully sign the publication. Yeah, I mean, does he know that? I mean, does he know that ICE is like talking about what he's going to be doing tonight? What he's going to be.
I'm sure he'll hear about it.
You're going to give us a call, sir?
Yeah, 415-889-8367.
Give us a bud if you want to, let us know what's going on. The ALARAC update, of course, includes the TDY processes, updated entitlements, and publication of updated travel authorities. ALARAC that was released outlines the exception policy for PME and CSL positions. You know what we should do? There should be commanders that should be like removed from the CSL. I know that's been kicked around. Removed from the CSL if they're messing up the COVIDs. And if they've been doing good, like promote them. You know what I mean? Like, hey, good job or something like that. They should have because they're all about stats, right?
Oh yeah,
they're all about stats.
They should all go on everybody's OER.
Exactly, they should go on everybody's OER. So the ones with
fuck up the COVID?
Did you mess up COVIDs? Those with the less COVIDs infections, you get promoted. You get promotion. You get promoted to.
I mean, unless it was no fault of their own.
Right.
Because it can happen.
Yeah, it could happen.
Dumb Joes do dumb Joes shit.
Right.
Go through holes in the fence.
Go through holes in the fence and go eat at a restaurant with some DA civilians and their teachers. So TRADOC is now compiling a list of all schools and their status. Real quick. Yeah, no PCS leave is authorized, by the way. For AT exception of policies will be grouped by gaining installations. No PCS leave is authorized. So TRADOC is compiling a complete listing of all the schools and of their status and their approval authorities to resume classes for publication next week. The restarts will be a rolling start for courses and based on the ability to fill classes. A DA-31 is still required to PCS travel, and the form covers a travel from one location to the next and is required to in-process finance. And the DAG-1 is working guidance on the conduction of the Army body fat. Ooh, get the body fat stuff. And the piss test. Did you hear about Fort Rucker? Did you see Fort Rucker?
Oh, the one that had to that had the whole line out.
They had like thousands, not a couple thousand freaking students out there, and I mean, of course, it was 421. It had nothing to do with 420.
I know, like 421 is like surprise, but not really.
Yeah, exactly.
Like your analysis
right.
Day. But
you're
really?
right, yeah, right, Jerry. Yeah, worst PCS travel. It is the worst PCS travel season. A lot of PCS. What's crazy is that everyone's allowing. Yeah, okay, household goods have been good for retirees and people that are getting out, but because of that, they have created a backlog of certain states that are not allowing contracted moves. Not all states, but there are some states that have not been able to do it. So if you have been, or you are in a state that's like kind of closed down and they don't consider it mission essential, even though the military is doing it, there are some people that have not been able. So contact your local transportation office to make sure that you're not on a backlog or they're already doing it. Because I know several people that I know personally are stuck on a backlog or will be stuck on a backlog and they can't move. They get their shit picked up and all that stuff, but then it's not going to move. So it's again, contact your local transportation office. Don't, and it's pertinent to each station. If you are seeing how commanders are conducting themselves with DoD guidance, the same thing goes for their installation offices. Trust me, it's happening that way. That's just the way it is. So, are we ready for the first batch of text screenshots and receipts? So
put them receipts up.
It's time for some receipts. It's time for some Tex-Mex. Tex-Mex. Did I just say Tex-Mex? I had quesadillas, chicken quesadillas for lunch today.
Say Tex-Mex.
I did say Tex-Mex.
You're making me hungry.
It was pretty good. I was like grilling them up.
I had a big ass sandwich.
Yeah, no, I did. So real quick. So these are your leaders, WTF Nation, right here. So let's look at the first couple of screenshots. No big deal. And if you look on the left side, you see the place of duty for all soldiers on Friday, which we thought was fucking hilarious. When me and Spanky saw this, we couldn't stop laughing. They will be at the change of command. They will be in uniform and have a mask on, even though they'll be in the rooms looking out the windows. They won't be playing music or Xbox in the background. They are part of the ceremony, even if they aren't standing in formation. Everyone needs berets for the ceremony.
What if your window, like, are the commanders?
Oh my God.
Like, be walking around the barracks?
Right.
Like, so they can all get a view?
That's right. I mean, look at this. The place of duty. Let me read that again. The place of duty for all soldiers on Friday will be at the change of command. They will be in uniform, even though they'll be in the rooms looking out the windows. So could you imagine? Could you imagine? Oh my God. Sart.
I mean, I've been in like the huge post-wide change commands, like where they get on their horses and they go by us instead of us going by them. So is that what it's going to be like? They're all going to be standing out by their window and like they're going to walk around the barracks.
Right. Oh my God. Look at this. So just look at this. So now, so they're going to do exactly that. They're going to ride around the horses in the barracks, or they're going to drive around a truck, saluting the soldiers. You know, you're going to sit eyes right. How are you going to do that?
I would have no pants on.
I would have no pants on, and I would be up against the windowsill, just rocking and rolling. I'd be Joe. Do that, Joe's. As a matter of fact, no balls. As a matter of fact, I want pictures of said change of command tomorrow. I know you guys listen to us on WTF Nation. I want said picture of this change of command. You looking outside, and I want to see nothing but chonies. I want to see you in your drawers, hanging out.
Unless you're too tall.
Unless you're tall, right? Yeah, exactly. For those, yeah, of course, obviously, if you're uniform jacket, but I want to see it. And everyone needs berets for the ceremony. This has to be like berets. This must be a special operations unit or an airborne unit if they're wearing berets. I'm just thinking about that.
Everybody still has the black berets around somewhere.
Do they? Oh, okay. Do they have those things? Okay.
They still have them.
All right.
They like to make you wear them for ceremonies.
No, I thought it was just like working on my truck.
No,
anyway, so
the regular Army people still have one.
But okay, I was just checking
in the closet somewhere.
All right, just kind of looking.
Actually, mine's still in the back of my car. How many years later?
When I got off jump status, I was like, because I left Fort Bragg and I went to the 1st Armored Division, and obviously that's not a jumping unit. But before I was able to wear it for a little bit before I was mandated to wear the black beret, and I took it with me. So when I got back to Fort Bragg and I came back from a leg unit, I was purposely jumping, and I was sending pictures to some of my friends in the 1st Armor. I was purposely jumping my black beret in my rucksack. So I was like, look, God, it's an airborne beret. It's jumping. It's not a leg anymore. And whatever. It was just breaking balls on some of the guys. But yeah, I didn't know that. I mean, do they still wear that stuff? I guess so.
I really wish I knew what unit this is. I'm gonna look and see who else has changed commands. Because let me go find.
We can find it.
Like staring out their window.
Yeah, exactly. I want to see exactly. I want to see you. I want to see you guys and. Well, I shouldn't say guys and gals. I'll be like, oh wait a minute. Pajama bottoms. There you go. It was whatever. No, I shouldn't have said it. See, I left it open up. Next, people are gonna be like, oh look at that. It was ice. No, wear your Tiger King draws. Whatever you kids are wearing these days.
I'm like, what if I told him that I promise you can have a change of command without anybody watching?
Right, exactly.
It works.
Could you imagine? I mean, think about that. Think about that, though. Think how funny it looks. It's almost like like they're watching. You ever? Well, I mean, you've seen videos and stuff like car chases and stuff like that, and people are up against the windows watching the car chase happen, or like cops getting in fights, and you see everybody lined up with their face plastered on the freaking window. That's what I'm picturing. I'm picturing that. So, you look on the right side. Like, what glasses are you wearing today? Oakley's. The same glasses I wear every day, Sarnt. I was told to tell you to take your cool glasses off. Somebody said something to command, and someone sees them as faddish. They are in regs. There you go. Fight for your stuff, soldier. Fight for your stuff. If nobody said anything to you before about glasses, and now glasses nowadays that are being issued in the military already have faddish-like emblems on them, some of the iPro already have it on there, like EES, Oakley's already. They have it says fucking Oakley on the side of the damn glasses. That's not really a big deal, but I just thought I'd throw it up there for some whatever.
Well, I just really hate when people say, "I was told to tell you." Right.
That's so passive aggressive. You got stripes, man. That's sergeant, NCO. The stripes equal confrontation. And don't be passive aggressive.
I mean, I kind of get it because he doesn't know what the kid's wearing right now.
Right.
You know, like with the first question, "What glasses are you wearing today?" You know, so maybe like, "Hey, let me see a picture of what glasses you're wearing," so he can make the decision himself.
Well, I mean,
or like, all right, cool.
But I told about who? I mean, I could look at anything right now and say that's faddish.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Well, that's faddish. Compare to who? Compare to what? He wears the glasses every day. Just somebody, because I hate that arbitrarily.
I'm saying that. The ones that you have every day. You see me every day. So I get that too.
Exactly.
That's why I hate that. I was told to tell you.
Yeah, I was told to tell you. That person didn't sack up and say. So this next text message here is kind of like, I'm going to. This is kind of funny, because not really funny, but this is kind of messed up. This next one right here coming up. It is, and finally, I would remind your soldiers that if they put in for leave and it passes, as soon as we come back, it's going to get denied. The reasons why is we're still restricted to 30-mile radius. Plus, they've been chilling in their rooms or house for the past month and a half. Remember, you're the boss and not their friend. Now, I'm going to tell you what, Sarns. This shit don't fly. That dog ain't going to hunt. No way. You know how many people have missed funerals, weddings, graduations, events, deaths in the families because of this? If you're going to go on leave, let them go on leave. Who said is it going to be denied?
Yeah, I would like to know.
Did this right here? This right here is a crock of shit.
I mean, I understand that not everybody, unless it's a block leave, not everybody's going to get to go at once. I get that. You know, because I've always been in units where we didn't have block leave. You had 10%. That's it.
Right. Well, yeah. You know, I can see that. I can see that's not normally in the block. But when you're reading like that, they've already had individuals right now that have been involved like this. I mean, when you kind of think about it, it's like, come on, man. You're coming back, and you can't deny that. There, as a matter of fact, because what happens if they have soldiers that are getting ready to hit that user loose stuff? I know there's some commands already talking about if that user loose stuff didn't happen or didn't get extended.
Right, and I'm glad it did get put on because not everybody's going to be able to go, and I don't like the way this is worded.
Right.
You know, so. No, and I mean it's right. Like not everybody's gonna get to go on leave at once.
Well, check this out.
They're gonna want to get the fuck out of there.
Right, exactly. They've been cooped. Yeah, they've been cooped up. Exactly. You're bingo.
How many people?
Exactly.
Vacations got canceled.
They've been cooped up. At least they've been cooped up. Seeing these fucking texts, what pisses me off.
Yeah.
These are the see. Go back to the resiliency stuff right now. I'm gonna tell you what. The fact that soldiers aren't really about ready to choke some of their freaking junior level leaders. I'm not talking about like squad leaders and staff sergeants. I'm not talking about their senior leaders and stuff like that because they don't know this is happening. We're showing receipts.
I mean, they're fucking roommates.
Oh my god!
I couldn't imagine having to live with someone in a barracks room right now.
Oh my god! I know it's stuck with that person.
I'm gonna throw a motherfucker out the window is what
right.
I probably want to do by now.
Right.
I'm not gonna. I mean, and I know that I could not imagine. Like I'm trying to think back. I could not imagine living with a roommate right now.
I was saying, cause a fish, all friends, not food. That's right. So it's exactly. Read that in the shark voice. Is that what you're saying? And finally, I'd like to remind your soldiers that if they put in for leave or pass, as soon as we come back, it's going to be denied. The reasons being is we've been restricted 30-mile radius, and plus they've been chilling in their rooms. Or past the past month and a half. Remember, you're their boss and not their friend. Sorry, I do Bruce the Shark imitations for my kids because they think it's funny. So I already had that voice down.
They've not been chilling. They've been stuck.
They've been stuck. Right. They've been hanging out by them. They're like, oh my God. And again, going back, you leaders are messing with your troops. I think everyone needs to take a step back and decompress. Like this needs to be a decompression period, because you're going to have soldiers right now that have been so wrapped up, so wound up tight because of this. All it's going to take is you to see them face to face and you to set them off. And about that point, they don't give a shit at this point, because you've been hounding them so freaking long. I would go nuts. I love a post. I couldn't imagine. I actually feel like putting on my E4 Mafia shield right now. I'm just putting on my Captain Ahab going to hunt the whale. About to hunt the whale. All friends, not food. But, God, man, I feel sorry for these Joes, man. Like I said, normally Joes are Joes, barracks Joes, and Joes do stuff that Joes be doing in the barracks. Everybody knows that. But, damn, seeing these receipts lately, I'm more than happy to post them up for you soldiers. I don't mind doing this. I do not. Keep sending them. I don't care. I'll send them. This next one here, this is kind of crazy. So, this one has mood lighting. This right here has a background. And it's between a commander and some first sergeanting and stuff like that. And then it says right here, it's good to me. Please distribute to the platoon and put in this chat. I got to go to the PX. Roger, sir. I'll distribute, sir. And then we go we conduct paid activities. ASU inspection and barracks inspection with all of our soldiers, myself, squad, and platoon leadership. What the hell? May 7th. We didn't even get the word when we're lifting our shit yet, right? Did these guys get the word?
And is the 7th payday?
That was other thing there. Wait, is it really? I haven't checked the calendar. Fuck, is it payday? Well, I
don't even know if today's Thursday. Okay, yeah.
I got I'm freaking. We got the retired pay now, so it's kind of weird. It's like it's it's kind of funny to me talk about the retired pay stuff and all that. And we're like, did you get the COVID cash? Yeah, we got the COVID. That's like a side hustle and shit. You get COVID cash? Yeah, you get them truck bucks. So good to me. Please distribute to the platoons and put us in the chat. I just got in PX now. Roger, distributed, sir. Blah, blah. So it's May 7th, we can conduct payday activities. ASU inspection. Oh, blah. Roger, first sergeant, Roger, first sergeant, right? Or no big deal, right? No questions, no issue. Roger, first sergeant, like that. And then on the bottom of this, post something that you should never post in text. Don't ever post this. Don't ever post this ever, because then it's almost like saying, I dare you. No balls, right? And then it says, this is not a joke, and please do not send this to Army WTF. And there's like little prayer things.
If you have to think that that's going to happen, you're probably doing something wrong.
Yeah, I'm about to say, that's almost like, you're right. That's a good point. If you are, am I going to get in trouble for this? Well, no, actually for leaders it should be, is this going to get put on Army WTF? It used to be, is this going to be put on Army Times? No. This is no. Now is this going to be put on Army WTF via tweet, via radio, via via memes, videos? It will get posted. Please don't put it on here. Now, real quick, and give you some updates here. Been getting bugged a lot.
I mean,
to take
I wouldn't even have a problem if they were doing like a barrack inspection or something like that. If it was just like the one guy walking through, but the soldiers having to do ASU inspections, that means they need to go out, take their stuff to the cleaners, do this, do that, which all, you're trying to avoid doing anything unnecessary that, makes them go out in public right now.
Right. You're telling them to go, yeah, exactly. You're going to have them in the barracks to clean. Where are they going to get cleaning supplies? So they're they're all fighting. Days. Yeah. They're all fighting for shit tickets right now.
Right. Keeping your room clean, yeah, that's cool, but taking their uniform to the cleaners, people are still getting promoted and everything during this time. They're going to have to get alterations and get things sewn on. That's not a good idea right now. I'm like, that can wait another couple weeks. If they're
no, because lethality.
So I'm not down for that.
Lethality.
I'm okay.
Lethality.
I'm okay with them going through the barracks and making sure everything's as clean as it should be.
I think we should take the same advantage. We should take advantage of the same situation with the soldiers in their rooms. Hey, Stamp, just walk by the room. Just walk by the room.
Yeah.
You know, just like walk by the window.
Keep your distance and
Just walk by the window. Actually, stand by your window.
Just have them open their door.
Yeah, have them open the door or some shit. Just walk right.
Look
Just
around.
walk on by.
All right.
See what we have here? We got some. Oh, look at that square. Because you were thinking about this. You are now going to walk in. You're going to do a barracks inspection. You're going to walk into a barracks room. Barracks, man. I'll tell you what.
And you're going to walk into every single one of those rooms. Spread around whatever you're spreading around.
Yeah. What if you got the COVIDs? What if you're asymptomatic and you're the spreader and you're walking in there and spreading some shit? You're walking in and you just now, you just infected your troops, or their troops might have infected you. And what if you got a family and stuff? And well, obviously if you're living out post. You might be married or living up, whatever.
Or if any one of them is, and then you bring it home. So, like I said, if you want to do a barracks inspection and make sure everybody's good, fine. Have them open the door, back up, wave, look around real quick. Don't walk in. Just stick your head in, make sure they're not living disgusting.
Right. Mystic says she'd go post on a bitch. The command seems to be lacking common sense. You're right. They are. That's what we're saying. It's like, this is documented now. That I can't believe some of the text messaging that we see. This is something, like I said, I kind of was thinking about that. I was talking to a chaplain friend of mine. Yes, chaplains do have. Yes, just walk by Branko. Just walk by the hole in the fence. Exactly, good point. I was talking to I do have chaplain friends. My conversations with chaplains are pretty short, and they don't. It's not really. I don't know why. I don't know why chaplains only talk to me for a little bit. But exactly, they're still pushing ACFT even after DA. Exactly that, Nick. DA right now. I'm gonna tell you what. If I see an ACFT or an APFT, I will blast it. I don't care who's doing it. I don't care what command is doing it. I don't care what. We will blast. Give us some pictures. Tell us when, and we will post an ACFT and APFT right here on WTF Nation Radio.
Yes, that has already been directed. You will not.
You will not. You won't do it.
Up to interpretation.
You won't do it.
You will not do this.
And I'm going to drop another hint too. If you think we're getting this big DA level information so quick from Morgan, that information does go back up too. It will go back up. Sergeant Major Army follows us too on WTF Nation Radio. He follows us. You sent me a friend request, or it's like, Sergeant Major of the Army, the man. Sergeant Major Daly didn't do that. What's up with that?
Oh, well, he was an admin, right?
Well,
I don't know.
We didn't want to get obvious, whatever.
That was all the rumors.
That's all the rumors right now.
Telling me.
Yeah. So just like I said before, the information that comes out of Morgan the J1 will filter right back to her. All I need to do is just get some pics. If I see anybody taking an ACFT or an APFT, I will make sure that it gets up there. Please send it to contact@WTFNationRadio.com, or just hit the inbox at U.S. Army WTF Moments. It'll get sent up to the right people, and of course hit to the PAO deconfliction page. But yeah, you're kind of like freaking, why? As soon as the first sergeant said, exactly, soldiers said not to send it, it's going to go up. You know what? Maybe that's right. Think about that. Don't send this to, maybe this is a code. Maybe there's a first sergeant cry for help.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe it was.
He's still got to listen to his commander in some way.
I got it. So how am I going to send this to WTF without saying send it to WTF? Exactly. All right. So we got enough of that screenshot. This is the next screenshot here. Here is the schedule. Sergeant and staff sergeant will get accountability of every trooper. And we had a debate here. We had a debate in the jock. It was kind of, I don't want to say, I didn't take offense to it, but I just kind of like, when I think of trooper, I think paratrooper, stormtrooper, Star Wars and stuff like that. So to me, when someone says, hey, trooper, come here. Hey, we'll talk to that trooper right there. I don't get offended, right? Somebody told me today, that was a couple of days ago when we had the discussion in the jock. I got kind of offended. They said it reminds me of Cav. And they said it's like Cav-tastic. I'm like, whoa. That's blasphemy there. That's a military epithet right there. You can't say trooper is Cav. Why? Cavalry trooper? You said, no. I don't believe that shit. Do you think that's the same thing when you hear trooper?
Absolutely not. I spent a lot of years in the first team, and I don't think they have no claim on the word trooper.
Okay, thank you very much. There we go. That's right. Thank you, Spanky. You are, as a matter of fact, you're a non-airborne qualified person that can say that, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah, see? So
not at all.
Yeah.
I'm not jumping out of nobody's planes.
Right, exactly. So there you go. So that's that was the big debate there, and they were like, trooper. See, Chris, why you gotta do that, man? Why you gotta do that? Exactly that. It could be PSYOP, man. Small audience text chat and disinformation to see who's sharing with us. That's a good one, too. Only time I've been called a trooper was in 317 Cav. Why you got to say that, Chris? See, here I was trying not to make a connotation to troopers and Cav. And here you're messing up my freaking Black Panther party. What's up with that? Quoting Forrest Gump. I am not a member of the Black Panthers. Just saying. I don't want anybody to think that I'm an extremist. Anyway, so here's the schedule. 4 people every time. Now, this right here is the most ingenious way of doing it. This is not a slam, by the way. This is not a slam. They are doing drive-through accountability. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, this is some out of the pocket. This is some out of the box. This is breaking the behoovosphere. This is something here that is freaking awesome.
When I read this one, I don't have a problem with it until the end. Like, why is it a big deal?
So hang on. So no, hang on here. So real quick, 4 people at a time, every 15 minutes, soldiers drive up in their vehicle to be seen, uniform, clean shaven, show up at drive-thru. Don't be early. The command doesn't want a bunch of people sitting around in the parking lot. In case bigwigs come around. Now think about this. This commander is like this commander here is like freaking. I think this commander is like E4 Mafia. I think it's E4 Mafia. I mean, think about it.
I mean, I have no problem with this. He hasn't seen his people in a while. He doesn't want a bunch of people at once.
We even
you
got
don't need to be close. If I can drive up to Chick-fil-A and get me a chicken sandwich in a drive-thru, which I'm sure everybody at home is, it shouldn't be a problem. Like, I don't know what the big wigs part has to do with it.
I think what it is
that
I think
not allowed to get accountability. No. He doesn't want a bunch of people at once. So
I think what it is that he's concerned.
I'm
just saying. I think he's just having concern in case someone drops the dime, saying that he's got everybody there violating the soul. We even got a copy of the little accountability schedule PDF with the smiley face on there, smiling for your edification. So look at that. So that's kind of cool. I think me personally, I think this is kind of thinking out of the box. That's just me.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I don't see a problem with this.
Yeah.
Like I said, it makes it sound like a problem. I don't want bigwigs walking around asking questions. Like, you're allowed to account for your people. He's doing it in a safe manner.
Think about this. If you got told, think about it, some of these soldiers too are probably like racked up in the fucking house. They're like, hell yeah, they probably want to drive to go. Yeah. Let me go on post. I can swing by and get something or get something. Let me get a breather. Let me break out of here and freaking get something. Mm-hmm. So I think that's I think drive through accountability. Shit, I think that should be the Army already. I'm just kidding.
I mean, I don't think that's something that he needs to do every day or anything like right now. Like we are about like, not fucking with everybody just for no reason.
Right.
But maybe he has a lot of high-risk soldiers and doesn't want to single them out. Maybe maybe he has a reason, like, I want to lay eyes on all my people, like, at least once out of this 30 days or something.
Right.
And I can get them not being early, because then now you got a bunch of people clustering. You don't want that.
You don't want them clustering, but think about it. He doesn't want no big wigs to see it, so is it kind of like E4 Mafia, like, is he violating something?
No, then he's got all those big wigs in his face, and he's like, no, I don't want your shit either. Don't bring the COVIDs over to me.
Right.
Like, you better, like, get out my space.
I think this is smart. I think personally this is smart with some of this leadership right here. This one of the drive-through stuff.
Mm-hmm. Like, he just needs to look in, like, roll your window down. I don't need to get all up in your face.
Right, exactly.
You don't need to get all up in mine.
Right.
Go home.
Go home. Yeah. See you later. Yep, see you later. I'm gonna look at you. Let me see your face. To me, I think I would rather do that. And I don't know. The schedule is pretty infrequent, so I think that's not a big deal. It's just me. But this next one.
Me too.
But this next one's gonna be a pretty. Wow. This is crazy. Before we go on break.
Let me breathe.
Man. All right. So, starting today, no cell phones at work unless used for business. Next time I see a soldier plane or NCO plane on their phone during work hours, their team leader or squad leader will report in ASUs on a day of my choosing. They will give a class on why playing on your cell phone during work hours is counterproductive and shouldn't be allowed. Acknowledge receipt of this information now. And send me confirmation that soldiers in your squad are tracking. In the future, leaders, I expect you, as squad leaders, to be making these corrections and keeping your squads busy. If you feel like you don't have enough to do, please feel free to let me know, and I can assign additional work for you. Signed, Platoon Sergeant. The hell? What the hell is this?
I get your text. I'm not looking at my phone at work hours.
Yeah. Exactly. Like I said, what do you mean? Okay, so no cell phones at work? This will be interesting. This will really be interesting. So if I show up to work and I start doing stuff, I would like plan if I was E4 Mafia, because everyone's an E4 Mafia inside of themselves. There's an E4 Mafia. I would go to the motor pool, work on the vehicles, and then I would after them working on the vehicles, then I'd go to the arms room, draw weapons. I mean, I would not tell anybody where I was going, but I would be at work, so that way my platoon sergeant would have to look for me. But I'm like, hey, you have my phones. Yeah, I sent you a text. Well, I ain't got my phones, right?
I wasn't sure if it was business or my wife or my best friend, so I didn't want to check it just in case.
Yeah, just in case. I check my stuff. I told everyone, or tell everybody, all your friends and family, to call your platoon sergeant's phone number. Just like forward it. Yeah, I forwarded all my phone calls to you, Sergeant, because since I couldn't have my phone, I just forwarded my phone to you. And then have his phone blow up.
That's sweet.
You know what I mean? That's using some middle deck there.
You can decide if it's business.
Yeah, exactly.
If it's important enough for me to be able to answer.
Yeah, a day of my choosing. That's right. It is bullshit. I would, man, if I was the first sergeant of this month, I would. What did you say? Day of my choosing. We'll give a class. We'll give a class. We're already lighting up the behoovosphere right now about these stupid essays that these. You need to have an essay that's APA style, and it's got to be this. I'm going to tell you what right now. There is no, unless I don't know of any, there's only one person that I know in my life that I have served with that was an English professor that I would probably say would be qualified to grade fucking papers, but I know for a fact that's not his lane. And he'd be like, what the hell am I doing with this, Sergeant? Oh, grade all his papers. Then you got to grade them. Oh, I'm sorry. What, sergeants are now fucking teachers? I mean, damn, we can't even get them in a... We could barely get sergeants to do any of this. We're doing this massive test. Now think about this. Think about the irony about this, right?
You can't even use the right 2, 2, and 2.
Right. Well, not to mention, with this, exactly. Especially with this new freaking Common Core bullshit that they're doing. Well, look at this. How I didn't get that text, Sergeant. Why? You told me not to bring the phone to work. You'd be like, what are you talking about? No, man. I would be exactly that. Exactly, Mickey. I'd be telling my friends, send dick pics. Send raunchy shit, and I will have it all forwarded to the platoon sergeant's phone. I mean, I would do that. I would do that because it's this. I hate power tripping NCOs. I shouldn't say I hate when NCOs pull power trips. So I don't hate NCOs, but I'm just saying that that's too strong of a word. This is power tripping right here. I'd be like, dude, again, fucking with our soldiers while they're contained like this in quarantine. Stop messing with them. Stop messing with them. I guarantee you, we will regret it as an army if we continue this. Now, what?
No, it's just making me laugh because I've been on the other end of this. It's like because I, had my phone in my pocket and wasn't answering my LT's text fast enough. And I'm like, so we went rounds with that, for a week or two. I texted him every 5 minutes. I'm going to my car. I'm going upstairs. I'm going to the training meeting. I'm going here. I was like, I'm going to bed. Good night. I woke up in the morning.
Right.
Good morning. I'm getting ready for PT. He's like, stop texting me. No, you didn't know where I was for 5 minutes.
Right. Now look.
And this isn't even E4. This is platoon sergeant, platoon leader shit. No, motherfucker, you wanted it. You're getting it now.
If I found this right now, if I was a first, I'd be like, who said this? Who said that? Who classes? Because there's a shit rolls downhill factor when it comes to this. If you're talking about some of this stuff like that, and you try to enforce some of this, you got to do the same thing too. You better show
that
up.
Was part of my LT training, the LT for future leaders.
Right.
You didn't do no more stupid shit.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah. Well, I mean, Sergeant First Class, we're senior NCOs are supposed to be training LTs like that. We're molding them like that. The butter bars and the first LT. I want to command. Well, you got a freaking LT first before you command.
I got up at pee in the middle of the night. I texted him, let him know.
Yeah, right. I do the same thing. I bug the shit out of them. Micromanaging sucks. So this next one right here, and before we go on a break, before we do the next segment, I said that not all of our leaders. I mean, we've said this before. Not all of our leaders in the Army are bad, or they don't. I mean, they're not. They're just freaking trying to roll through and trying to figure out what's going on. All this. Very few do we ever get something in the inbox where we see something like a leader will say "my bad." Until now, I have never seen this while working for U.S. Army WTF Moments in WTF. I have never seen something so humbling. And I'm gonna let it queue up. There is a CSM that was like freaking. You better freaking not, going off on correcting soldiers and all this other stuff. Once he was informed about specific changes to the COVID practices, social distancing, having hands in your pockets that is authorized. Once he realized, or she realized, I'm not going to bust names, I'll say that. They've not. Like I said, I was watching this. And I'm like, this is humbling. This is awesome to see the NCO Corps. This is awesome to see a peer. Oh, I've never been a CSM, but a sergeant major do this when it came to admit that she did something wrong, or made a bad decision, or didn't make the right call. So this CSM blasted out to his organization. Team, I have to apologize to each leader in the unit during this time of COVID-19. The adjustment is that you can and encourage, place your hands in your pockets to avoid contact with anything contaminated around you. Please pass the word, and I will turn that spider sense of mine off when I see this happening. This is awesome. I mean, this is what it's supposed to be. We don't blast NCOs and leaders when they mess up, but we also praise senior NCOs and leaders that do stuff like this. I would prefer to see NCOs do this than be, if we had, the whole goal is not to have WTF Nation, U.S. Army WTF moments. We should have, this is great. This right here is what the soldiers want to see. So hang in there, Army. There are NCOs out there. There are sergeants major out there that do believe in this right here. When I saw this, I'm thinking, dude, this is awesome. This is awesome. What to me, what better fucking... Yeah, exactly, Chris. I walked around fucking with my hands in my pocket. The haircut bullshit, exactly. Can we put a pause on that? Damn, you're right, Todd. You ain't lying. We're still working on that.
Might need to get that sergeant major like those masks for their eyes so that, their heads don't explode.
Right.
It's hard to break it. Years of academy training.
Well, no,
it's hard to break it.
Yeah, well, not to mention the fact that there is some. They feel that they have to, like, it was probably a CSM that told that kid that his glasses were fattish.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know what I mean? So this right here, again, to me, I think it's awesome. It's kind of, I'm like, yep, we're in the right direction. We got a CSM in here doing this. Then he is going to use that decision, and it's going to, no pun intended, it's going to infect. That type of leadership is going to spread like a virus. Is it bad terms? I mean, can I say that? Is that a bad way of saying that? But that stuff right there is awesome.
Yeah, I'll allow it again.
Yeah, it's contagious. Yeah, leadership like that is contagious because you as a Joe, it's like, oh shit, Sergeant Major just said he messed up, and he's apologizing to everybody, and he's gonna do this, and he's gonna make sure he's good to go. Yeah, exactly, Josiah.
Or this Sergeant Major will keep his hands in his pocket to not touch something. Like he'll go to touch his face.
That's Sergeant Major. Yeah, Sergeant Major deserves all the beer. What are you talking about?
And everybody's gonna look like, oh my gosh, he's got his hands in his pocket so he doesn't touch his face.
Right, exactly.
Because he's not near a hand washing station and can't wash them.
He can't wash. Right.
Touched all this.
I mean, the way I see it, this is a win. This is right here. So WTF Nation Radio, U.S. Army WTF was isn't going to be all about slamming or throwing the receipts of what leaders are doing. That doesn't make sense. But right there, hell. That's awesome. So we tip our berets. Well, I tip my beret and you tip your PC. You wear PC.
Absolutely.
Yes, we are allowed. We are allowed to put hands, and it's not army wide, just that unit. You what? Whoa! Hang on. You did an ACFT today? You did bullshit me, right? You got video, pics, and stuff like that. If you did it,
tell me your unit.
Tell me your unit. If you did an ACFT today, let us know. Again, drop it into the inbox at U.S. Army WTF Moments Facebook page. Contact at Army WTF Moments for all the deets and videos. Please. We're not supposed to be doing ACFT and APFT. We're not supposed to be doing APFT. Yeah. Hell no. Matter of fact, Facebook Live that shit. Or send us the video at Army WTF Moments. No way, dude. No way. This is an atrocity. It's messed up, man. I haven't
made you use that word in a long time.
Yeah, exactly. I have not even... Yeah, right. I haven't used the word in a while. That's messed up. Man. We're going to take a break right quick. And then we'll be going on to the case files of the judge. And that's going to be pretty good stuff. A couple of rants, a couple of things he told me about. We do new format here. We're trying to, anytime I'm able to get a chance to have a one-on-one with the judge in his office to shoot the shit about stuff, I'll say, hey, what about this? You tweeted about that. What's going on? And he'll give me the deets of what happened. I'm like, okay, cool. Awesome. And then there we go. This is going to be fun. So I think this is going to be a pretty good segment to have him in there. He's pretty geeked about it. It worked out pretty good last time we had it. So everyone take a break, and we'll be right back. So shots.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue.
Is this where you draw the line? 'Cause it's so sad. Tell me where you lost your faith. Is it so bad? Couldn't see it in your face. And it's so sad. I'll wait until you come back. Come back down to me. I'll wait until you come down. Come back.
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
So real quick, pretty much anything that a judge tweets out, and I ask a tweet, hey, what's the status of this? He gives me a little bit more details about this, and then okay, cool. We go back and forth. And if he's got anything that he wants to say or talk about to the WTF Nation, then we'll go ahead and put it out. Pretty easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I just can't believe I just said that. I never say that. Oh God. So I heard somebody say that, and I was like, oh God, whatever. Anyways, so at this time of this. Let's start off. Let's go with the first tweet. This is actually a double header, and the judge was pretty he's pretty passionate when he put this tweet out. he was so passionate.
There's some caps.
There were some caps in there. When the judge caps types, he's pissed. He was like, "What the hell is this?" And if the chain of command has no authority to inspect a soldier's off-post home, if you lie to get in, you are committing a crime. Now, we have had in the inbox, events. Remember, I can't go into too much detail because the judge is probably going to light them up. Of leaders that have used their authority that are not authorized to do so to get into somebody's off-post home. Let me tell you something right now. I'm going to break a rumor right now. Just because and this is what's happening right now, just because you're collecting BAH from the Army does not give the Army the right to go into your off-post home. If anybody says that, they're full of shit. Put it out and say, you get a warrant.
I see people saying that all the time.
Exactly. But
I've been the one ever since I was a specialist, back when it was a big, huge thing at Fort Hood that, they're trying to say, go to their house, check their house. You're not coming to my fucking house.
No, you're not.
You're not doing it. And I used to get my ass chewed up, down, and sideways. Don't care. Not coming to my house.
Right.
And I took that ass chewing. Used to call myself bubblegum butt. Chew it all you want. You're still not coming to my house.
Right.
I will take your BH, put you back in the barracks. I'm like, okay, do that.
Yeah. No
and
such.
They never did it.
No such thing. There is nothing. This is This is not and that's what I'm saying. There are leaders out there that think that just because you're collecting BAH does not give them the right to go to your house and say, I'm going to come in or I'm going to take your BAH. They can't threaten you for that shit. Exactly that, Recruiter Times. Inspect D's. If it's health and welfare. Because here's the thing. You kind of get in a path. And here's sometimes I think where mind your business comes into play when you're off post. There's a lot of things that I have in my house that I don't want you to fucking know that I have, because I don't. What if you think I'm like a devil worshiper or something like that, or something that's against your religion, or something, you know what I mean? And then you automatically think that the way I raise my kids or the way I conduct my religious activities or lack of religious activities is going to use you as an excuse to want to mess with me and shit like that. I have heard stories, unsubstantiated of course and purely anecdotal, of leaders like calling CPS on their troops. Hell no. I don't care. Now, Judge was pretty quiet about that first bullet because he was pretty pissed when I asked him about it. Who wouldn't be? I'd be pissed off too.
With this case, I don't know, exact details, and that doesn't matter. But if you lie to get in, you're committing a crime. There was a case. This is just like me personally, and I had a soldier that didn't show up on a Monday, and I was legit worried. And I can't just go call their property manager and tell them bust up in their house. And my first, because I was still a pretty young NCO at the time, I don't know what the fuck to do. I can't call their property manager, say, "Hey, let me in this soldier's house." But I was legit concerned, not I mean So what happened was, I don't know what my first sergeant commander did, talked to legal, whatever, but we did it was the local police department that called the property manager and then went in the soldier's house. And there was, a valid reason to be concerned, and the soldier wound up in the hospital. But
I could see something like that.
We didn't go.
I could see something. Exactly. I could see something like that. No, that's what I'm saying. I could see something like that. I have done myself, not inspections, but if a soldier invited me to their, and this is when I wasn't a first sergeant, but if they invited me over to a barbecue or something like that, and I was in their chain of command or whatever, I'd show up, I'd walk in, eat their chow. It's their home. Eat their chow, eat their barbecue up. And then, they ask me for a potluck or something like that. I'd make up some chow, because I've been known to grill, make some pretty good tacos and Mexican food and stuff like that. So I kind of help out a little bit and bring some chow over, and then they have some chow, and then I go in there for a little bit, and then I leave. Once I know the Joes are going to start, after the formal, it's just like a formal, after the formal portion of the event has ended, it's time for me to leave.
Right.
And then only when I'm hanging out with other members of my crew or like that, of ranked or whatever, is when, you can kind of cut up a little bit. But I never walked into a soldier's house and inspected their house. I never walked in there. I've checked on a soldier because they didn't come to work, and just to make sure that they weren't AWOL, because nobody had heard from them, and the person was stuck at the airport and their phone died and they couldn't get a hold of, it's shit like that. I'll go and knock on the door. And if I don't hear any door, if I don't hear anybody coming over there, I hear nothing, I know there's whatever, I don't fucking, there's no need for me to go whatever. It's really, again, a lot of this is common sense shit. A lot of it is. It's not to do. You don't have to, you have zero right as a leader to go into a soldier's outpost home. At all. I mean, not all. I don't give a crap what I'm a commander. No, it doesn't matter. No, I'm battalion commander. I don't care. You could be the division commander. No right. Now, obviously, no general is going to want to go into somebody's house unless there's legit something fucking wrong. You know what I mean? They have serious probable cause. They go into your house, and usually they'll have a warrant or MPI or CID, and the feds, they'll get involved. But there's no reason that anything like that. Plus, you go, and let's go to the and. Only a commander can order an inspection, not an NCO, not an XO, not a PL. The judge is pissed at this one. Hey, so what happened? Oh, whatever. No, but really, yeah, some leaders really have an unhealthy relationship with power and control. That's right, Cos. You damn right. This is what we were talking about earlier. This right here. That's a great quote right there. Some leaders, quote unquote, really have an unhealthy relationship with power and control, especially now. You're flexing on our troops so bad, sending them all these text messages. We've never done this before. Can you remember a show or an episode or post trending on the main page where we posted stuff like this before? We've never done that. Mm-hmm. All these text messages. Have you seen all these text messages before like this?
No, not so many. And even when they order an inspection, I can remember, I remember coming to a new unit, and there was another new NCO, and the commander was the one ordering the inspection. If you find anything illegal, stop, and then come, tell me. Him and the first sergeant waiting outside, and I guess the reason why they had us do it is because we had no prior knowledge, no bias, no nothing. And there was drug paraphernalia, and I was like, all right, stop, and told him. And then he waited, and then the MPs came, and I don't remember what happened after that.
Wasn't
a soldier, wasn't this, wasn't that.
Right, like Chris says too, barely check on the Joes. Yeah, check on the Joes to make sure they're not living like freaking little cockroaches and stuff like that, because not beheaded little privates be private. They do act like private. They be wilding sometimes. And you want to check them out? Go by the barracks, like that. I've done that before. I've done that as a first sergeant. Walking to the barracks. You know who's handled this superbly? What did you just say that? Are you being sarcastic, Recruiter Types, when you're saying that this has been handled superbly by USAREC? Please tell me you're bullshitting, right? Are you for real? You're saying that? Are you saying that the U.S. Army recruit, the same USAREC we used to wreck on, that USAREC is the one that's being USAREC that's being superbly? This is superb? No way, dude. For real? Interesting. I'll be down. You select. Oh, hats off. I just want a new fan from Mead. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks. Awesome. Well, welcome to his house. Welcome to WTF Nation Radio's Sergeant's Time. You know, every time someone says that, we're obligated to say that this is a format that we have every night. Actually, we try to have a show every night, but we don't right now currently. But we have a show on Thursday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And then pretty soon we're going to have Friday, Saturday, maybe a Wednesday show. And we're going to have push into our old schedule of having 3 times a week day show. So welcome. I'm glad you could join us. This is good shit. Wait a minute. Jose? Your name's Jose? Wait a minute. Yeah. Are you like our Jose or something like Jose Tamale of Excellence? Oh, well, welcome aboard. Well, thank you. We would, like I said, we're truly honored to have you listen to us. But again, I don't think that I've ever seen any reason for you to go and go bug a soldier all the freaking time for no reason. If you're harassing your troops, man, you're like Kaz said, man, it's a power trip thing, man. Is that one of the things that we've had when we promoted somebody too fast? Do you think so? Do you think it's like promoted too fast, or is there something we're missing in our NCO development? Is there something happening in our mentorship that we can't? I don't know, man. We're seeing a lot. I'm really seeing.
I mean, do you have some work to do?
Right. Yeah. I'm just thinking. I'm just really thinking that where is the? I'm trying to find this. As a matter of fact, I was talking to the J1 today about that. I was like, what the hell is going on with our mid-grade leaders, with our sergeants, our staff sergeants, sergeant first class, first sergeants. And then it goes to like lieutenant colonels and colonels, and then it's just really weird that the generals are the ones that are the senior leaders are the ones that are getting it better than those, and the stupid text. I mean, I'll be honest with you, there was like freaking 12 texts we showed you guys, gals, 12 texts. Is Jose's middle name Flash?
And those are just the ones that are on the show.
Yeah, those are just one. Yeah.
Imagine all the ones that are not.
Right.
You know, coming in.
Right.
Like the ones that they just got y'all on mute. Like every group chat.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
That shit's on mute, and I'm gonna look at it when I get a chance.
Right. Oh my God. Yeah. Because again, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a staff sergeants are the worst. There's something at the mid grade. There's a disconnect because we're seeing a lot. And like I said, we posted the trends up. There's going to be a big AAR, and I'm gonna tell you what. We're gonna win. We have put the information out as fast as we can get it. We have information that we get from sources that are pretty vetted and pretty, they're reliable. They have not lied. I mean, they've been pretty good. If you ask for it, the information, we will give it to you. I don't think I've ever seen anybody say that I think this COVID event's been pretty good for fucking, I think for the social media portion of info. You know what I mean? Just you getting info. But in the reverse, these text messages. You better do this. You better have an essay done, or you're gonna blah, blah, blah. Oh my God. God, freaking like God. So this next one. All right, we bit this dead horse. This next one right here.
I like when you giggle.
Do I giggle? Is that a?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's good.
Is that giggle? I don't even realize it. Do I giggle? Oh man. Honestly, stop it. God. Anyways. So, real quick, this next one right here. Leaders who are not commanders don't make promises that you can't keep, i.e., saying if you don't do X, it will result in USCMJ action. It might be real scary, but it takes a commander to impose UCMJ and a lawyer to review it. Right? So, and you can't UCMJ somebody for disobeying a lawful order. What is what does that mean? That means that, which is a winded way of saying, don't threaten Article 15 people if you tell, or actually, let me take that back. Don't threaten to Article 15 people who tell you to go fuck yourself when you tell them they have to be naked for a tape test. Yes.
Is this even a thing?
Yes, there's some.
Like, how is this a thing?
There was somebody that it was a recruiter. Oh man, we were just talking about how superbly they handled it. Threatened somebody in Article 15 because they wouldn't take their clothes off to do a tape test. And somebody said, go fuck yourself. Think about it.
I mean,
Tina's gotta
I'm
be
thinking back, like at MAPS is the closest I've been to naked when getting taped. But that was at MAPS, and I still wasn't naked.
Right. Well, I mean, Think about it. Yeah, you have to be, if you are troop. I mean, this one right here, the details are, I can't, that's it. If you tell a troop to get naked, to tape them, I have to say in the thems and stuff because it's too specific, then guess what? You're wrong. Totally wrong.
I mean, I would like to take my shorts off because that's probably going to take a good inch out. Because, all the bunching up around my booty. All the shorts are huge. But,
exactly. Gabe said that was your unit who threatened UCMJ for plagiarizing papers. Well, there you go, Gabe. Aren't you glad we dived him out? APA style and shit. I got a real concern. Qualified. Tina's brought up a good point. To be honest, it has to do with evals. Everyone's trying to compete to advance and retain their careers. Exactly. They're too scared to piss off their bosses, but then they're doing exactly the same thing. Spend all their time trying to do better than their peers, and they're really risk adverse. Man, they're wildly risk adverse, but they're also, I think they're being a little reckless too.
I mean, they have so many rules with the tape test. It's like, I had to get taped by males. I was in a unit. I didn't have any other female NCOs. And I don't have a problem with it. And they're like freaking out, making me sign a memo saying that it's okay for me to be taped by the first sergeant and another male NCO. And I'm like, dude, it's cool. I don't care that you're going to have to almost kind of touch my butt. I will run the tape across and you can just.
I have had NCOs get scared taping females because you're authorized to. You don't have to be members of the opposite sex to tape somebody.
Right.
And there's some situations where there's a soldier that there's just no other member of the opposite sex. And I have seen. I think it's hilarious watching dudes never tape anybody before. Fucking their hands are shaking. They're trying to give IVs for combat lifesaver tests. Their hands are shaking worse than Michael J. Fox, freaking performing surgery with a fucking iron pipe. They're fucking bad. It's crazy.
It was, and they would just freak out when they had to tape me. I mean, I would tape. There were several female soldiers, and any of them to be taped. It was me doing it, and another. It was usually the male first sergeant that was in there with me, but I'd be the one taping them. But, oh, my God, it had, the first sergeant and another male NCO would be taping me, and they were, freaking out. I'm like, dude, it's cool.
Right.
Nope, signed a memo saying that there's no other female NCO, and I have to do this, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, fine.
Yeah, I'm about to say, if you have to tape them, they're fugly. If you have to tape them, they're fugly. Too easy, exactly. Right.
Your analysis time was worse. They'd have to go on the street and find a female NCO because they obviously couldn't do that.
They couldn't do that. Yeah, they couldn't. Yeah, they couldn't. Eyeball a female and stuff like that.
They would walking around I'll go find someone.
Right.
Go over to the next battalion hey, I need a female NCO to come watch me pee.
Yeah, but think about this. Could you imagine being a troop and all of a sudden they're like, okay, it's time for you to get taped. All right, wait, ready to report to the company. And all of a sudden the door slams behind you and then, all right, drop them. What? Excuse me? You gotta be naked. Get naked. Whoa, hang on for a second. What was that? You gotta drop trial to get naked. No. Yeah, I mean,
I would probably be saying go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I'd be saying go fuck yourself too. You're right. Hell yeah.
I just can't believe that someone even think that was okay to say.
I'm gonna threaten Article 15 on you if you don't take your clothes off so I can quote, is that what they're calling it now? Quote unquote tape you. I'm going to tape you. I'm going to take your clothes off. I'm going to give you an R15 if you don't take your clothes off so I can tape you.
I'm going to choke you with that tape. How about that? Give me an Article 15 for that. Once you can breathe again.
Oh my God. Oh man, this is hilarious. I'll be honest with you. I don't think, well, anyways, you don't have to worry about it now. Taping and ACFTs are being suspended. Yeah. You don't have to worry about taping nobody. Units. Most units are exactly.
And some units don't know how to read. So.
Right. Yeah, some units, reading is fundamental. If someone tried to touch me while taping, I'd scream, "I have herpes." What's wrong with you? I got bumpy butt. What? I think you need to wash your hands. What do you mean? What do you mean? Here's some hand sanitizer. I just came back. Is that true? You know what? I should ask this. Is it? You have to tell me this. Be honest with you. Be honest with me. Is there really an island off the peninsula in Korea where they ship people off that get this bad, they call it the black gonorrhea or something like that? Is that true? Is that?
I'm gonna have to look that up because I heard that rumor too.
You were at Korea though. Is that a thing?
I don't think it's true. I think it might have been true like 100 years ago or something. Because the only island I've ever been to, off Korea was Jeju.
Yeah, I remember saying. I remember when I was stationed at Fort Hood. People. Yeah, I remember I was stationed at Fort Hood, and my platoon sergeant was like, "You gonna go to Korea? Or are you gonna go to Germany?" I'm like, "I was thinking about going to Germany. You might go to Korea, but you come back in about a year." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So he's giving me all the deets, and he's like, "You got to be careful." I'm like, what do you mean? You gotta be careful. You go to Korea and you get that black Ghana syphilis. And I'm like, really? What is that? Yeah, you get there and you can never come home. Huh? Yeah. Nuh-uh. Yeah, I'm a gullible freaking. I'm like, no, wait, really? Nuh-uh. I was like a little kid. No, for real? You really get you have the super AIDS or AIDS? You have this super syphilis. You just get stuck on an island and everyone else has syphilis too? So it's like a syphilis colony? It's like a fight club, exactly, D-Max. Oh my god. Yeah, so I was just curious. Anybody who's been stationed in Korea, is that true? Is that true? There's an island where they keep you... So now there's going to be COVID into Black VD. 10 more islands. There seems about 10 more islands exactly. There's a big... Is that...
Well, I am reading like an old article from the 80s that there was a, super resistant strain called super gonorrhea that afflicts U.S. servicemen in the Philippines and South Korea that, was resistant to penicillin, but not getting them shipped off to no island.
Wow, yeah,
so
it was like
maybe that's where like those rumors started coming
up.
That's
like the urban legend though for soldiers who've never been to Korea.
I can see that being an urban legend, because they were getting this resistant strain of it, because STDs, can be pretty prevalent around, soldiers. Period.
Yeah, they were just they're like, oh, you need to watch out, specialist. You gonna go to Germany? You're gonna go to Korea? I'm like, oh no, I don't want to get no freaking super AIDS. I don't want to get that. I don't want to get stuck on an island.
The last time I went there, they test you for STDs like in reception. Like,
Oh, when you show up. Oh, really? So yes. Really, right when you show up. I didn't know that. So right when you show up.
I don't know if they still do it. Right. They didn't do it like the first 2 times I was there. But yeah, no, that's part of your in processing here. Pee in this cup. Make sure you don't have chlamydia, gonorrhea, anything like that. Like that's part of your testing because you have to get tested negative for HIV before you can even go.
Right.
That's part of your pre-screening. But yeah, like when you're like that's part of in processing. To get tested for it before you can even go to your unit. Yeah. So yeah, like be in a cup.
I didn't know that. And then when you leave, of course, you got to come back, and that's normal because you got to do the same thing when you leave Germany. So I was about to say, I always heard about that. So I was just kind of curious. I don't know how we went from people getting butt naked. People, because of the herpes. That's right. Because someone said that's your new thing. Just say you have some community. See, now you have the COVIDs. Start coughing.
Well, see, that's why we're not supposed to be taping anybody.
Yeah,
anyway.
Exactly. Start coughing and sneezing. And then like sneeze all over the place, and then scratch yourself.
You better back up. Penicillin resistant.
Exactly.
4 of it here.
These COVIDs, man. Start coughing from somebody like that. But anyways, I'm just curious. Yeah. So anyways, again, don't do that. Judge will come at you. I just think it's funny that I don't want to say that people are gullible, but I just think it's kind of funny that you would think that's like one of those things that you'd kind of like, even as somebody who is not initiated in the army, would like. Well, I mean, they did tell him to go fuck off. That's cool. You know what I mean? At least that soldier told the individual to go eat one. But that would have been like I'd have gone into it. Like, I already know. Think about it. You're E4 Mafia. You're Joe, right? And you could get away with saying something like this because this is definitely an unlawful order. How far would you go to tell this individual to go fuck themselves? What would you do? How would you say it, Spanky? Would you do it with the bat? Would you just lose your shit?
I don't know. I think I would have looked at him 2 or 3 times. Like, and they're gonna start seeing that crazy, like, start to boil up in my eyes. Like, hand me that tape. And then they're not going to be like, sure yet, because they're going to hand me the tape, and then I'm going to choke them out with it.
Right. Exactly. I see you guys dropping all the links in there. Venereal disease propaganda. That really happened. The 100% UA for over 1,600 people was great fun. Exactly. That was at Fort Rucker. They stopped peeing, or the last person pissed at 4:30 in the morning or something like that, or 3:03. I was like 3 or 4 in the morning or something like that. But it was like for flight school or something. Had nothing to do, of course, with it being the day after 420, and there was speculative rumors that individuals went to attend some sort of Rastafari party. Is there anything illegal? I mean, that's in Alabama though. So what's around? What states around Alabama that would have like a big 420 fest? That would be.
There's nothing around Alabama like that.
I was about to say. I'm trying to think of the. Is there anybody? I'm just trying to think. Alabama doesn't have any legalization stuff, right? Is that true? I mean,
not that I know of. No.
Georgia doesn't have any legalization stuff.
Tennessee's above them.
Yeah.
They don't have it. Mississippi don't.
Let me see. Let's look up some legal. I guess we call it legal weed or something like that. Or
yeah, I don't think any of them have anything recreational. I don't know about medical.
Right.
But no, none of these southern states. We can barely buy alcohol on Sundays.
Oh my God, I know. Southern states. You better just shove a bigger damn on your deer. Yeah, but you got what about weed? That's just devil's lettuce and deer. Oh, thank you so much. There are 9 states right now that are currently. Yes, they have 30 medical. Yeah, I think they got some green stuff. So yeah, there's some there's CBD
they have
use.
Medical?
Well, no, there's CBD use. So I mean, recreational. I think Louisiana and Arkansas. I guess it's got recreational or something like that.
Louisiana has recreational?
I guess I don't know. I get this map that I got. Somebody just sent me in here of it was a weed map. So
I need to know.
Yeah, is this
that up again?
Yeah, what is? I'm just trying to. States with medical marijuana laws: Florida, that's nearby. That's right below Alabama, and then Louisiana, and then Arkansas. They have the medicinals, and so that's it. Everything else around there. So there's like 29 states already have medical marijuana laws, and 19 have open, including dispensaries, and there's only 8 states though that have recreational marijuana. I don't know. Alaska was one of them though. It was one of the recreational ones. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's an essential business right now too.
Is it really? That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Got to get them tax dollars.
I didn't know that. Yeah. So Louisiana. Okay, there you go. Everyone's like, yeah. So again, I'm just somebody who just sent me the map. Marijuana Business Daily, legalization by a state. I don't know how we got on this subject again. Oh, we're talking about the flight school. So we're segueing a lot. We've been doing a lot of segues lately.
I mean, people will drop a comment in, like, people are standing in line for 4 hours to pee in a bottle, and that's how it came up.
Exactly that, for no reason. Oh man, so that's what it was. There was a suspected weed event. Somebody partook. That's kind of like flight school, though. For flight school, I kind of want nobody smoking weed in flight school. These are future aviators that are going to be flying our troops in battle, or whatever. Kind of like don't want them to. I can kind of see that doing that. You know what I mean? That's kind of different. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. I mean, even when I went to reclass this chemical, like the 88 Mike School was there too. They weren't even allowed to drink during the week, like at all. Like because they had to drive in the morning, so like they weren't allowed to have a beer at the bowling alley at night or anything. After school, they were only allowed to drink on Friday nights because they didn't have school on Saturday. Or no, on Saturday nights because they didn't have school on Sunday. That was it. So yeah, because they weren't allowed to drink 24 hours prior to being behind the wheel.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So. I can kind of see that, and I. Don't know how long it would take to be completely, THC free. So.
Right. Well, I was just, I was just curious from that because it was It was just one of those things where I'm kind of like, huh, that's odd. I mean, it's just, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't want to get into a big debate about was this right or wrong. I mean, you kind of like don't want truck drivers either to hauling tanks around and shit to have your stuff.
So it was a new class that was starting.
Okay.
I know. I'm asking. It was a new class that was starting. That's why they were all.
I don't know. I guess they're in flight.
I guess, like I said, my only big problem is you have this huge group of people, like, you know, spreading who knows what around. That was my only issue.
Right.
And you're not gonna get, like I said, it's like if you tell someone they have a UA, you're not gonna like get anything out of your system. If you tell them, be here in an hour, or be here in 2 hours, pee in a bottle.
Right.
I know they have certain standards in the Army, but you're not gonna, like I said, if you've been smoking pot, it's not gonna get out of your system in 2 hours.
No, we do
pee in a bottle in 2 hours.
Yeah, we do have. There was pictures though of individuals that were pretty worried about. They were kind of having their hands in their head. They were doing some face palming there, like going, "Please don't get me busted for being around this weed thing." But, anyways, any rate, hey, real quick before I'm gonna do something before I do housekeeping. But man, it's already freaking 10 minutes prior. Let's see. So last night we had CQ's first guest. I think he did pretty good. I think there was there was some
I do too.
Yeah, there was some good stuff. He was on here with the of course Mark Baker, the legend, Private Murphy, Charlie Mike Comics. I thought it was awesome. Again, it's I love it. That's what I'm talking about. He's got some big guests. Well, next Tuesday he's gonna have comedian PJ Walsh coming on. He's returning again. I think PJ Walsh has been here a couple times. But PJ Walsh is a Navy veteran who's now a comedian and has performed over 20 plus tours to the troops in Iraq and Afghanistan, and has toured with the Blue Collar Comedy Tour. He's also partnered with the organization of the Armed Services Arts Partnership. And that's his that's it. That's all I guess we got, right? I think we have another one. Are we missing somebody?
We have a couple more.
I'm sorry. I gotta read down. I gotta read. On Sunday, the 26th of April, we have Jason Murph from Grill Your Ass Off. I can't wait. This is gonna be an awesome guest. Grill Your Ass Off. Army veteran Jason Murph wanted to give back to the veteran community, so we founded Grill Your Ass Off. For every bottle of their seasoning, a portion of the sales will support a true nonprofit veteran organization or event. Their products are designed with a military theme so they can give you and your friend a laugh and bring back great memories of their service in the military. Their bottles are made in Texas with pride so you can taste the freedom at Grill Your Ass Off. Just to Grill Your Ass Off. I love it. This is awesome. So, again, this is SGT'S Time. Kicking It with Cause and with Al and Cause is on Sunday. Monday edition with myself and Flash. And then Tuesday is Pop Culture Warrior. Hey, so there's a story that came out that there was at the Javits Center and during this COVID event. And I just wanted to real quick read the story from Military Times. A service member honored the veteran who died with COVID-19 at the Javits Center Hospital. An event senior leaders at the Jacob Javits Convention Center had already thought about holding if a veteran died in the hospital's care, explained Sergeant Major Robert Jenks in a news release. Jenks, a member of the New York Army National Guard's 53rd Digital Liaison Detachment, is serving as a Sergeant Major for the Incident Command. Senior NCOs coordinated with chaplains at the facility to determine the protocols to follow and worked with the American Legion Post 178 in Dutchess County and obtained 15 casket flags. A male veteran died on Saturday, April 18th, but because of the high number of COVID-19 deaths, a funeral home was unable to say when it could send staff to the field hospital to pick up their veterans' remains. In a 5-minute warning before the hearse arrived to collect the remains the next day, Command Sergeant Major Morgan Cady and Sergeant Major Nicholas Party, members of the New York Army National Guard, put their plan into action. Calls went out to the hospital staff and word spread quickly. At least 60 people gathered in the loading area to bid farewell to a veteran they did not know. Those in attendance represented each of the military services as well as federal, state, and local first responders. Army Major Yvonne Araguin, a chaplain for the 44th Medical Brigade, conducted a short service, according to the release. Quote, "It felt like I was participating in the burial of an unknown soldier known only by God," Araguin said. "It was a solemn, respectful honoring with the key elements normally performed at a military funeral," unquote, he added. So I just want to go ahead and want to thank the members of the New York National Guard, 44th Medical Brigade, and of course Sergeant Major Robert Jenks, Command Sergeant Major Katie, and Sergeant Major Nicholas Party. Appreciate you guys helping this veteran out. So with that, you got anything from me, Spanky? You're good? Anything?
No, I'm good now.
Oh, I didn't mean to upset you. I'm sorry.
No, I am good now.
You're good now? Okay. All right, you guys and gals have a good night. Thank you for listening to Sergeant's Time tonight. And like I said, share, a like, and follow on all of our platforms. We got 14 of them. And of course, we will keep you posted on any of the other COVID events that are happening. So with that, Space Force, shots.
Intergalactic horse, and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. Now they say that they've discovered life up there on Mars, so let's blow it all to hell and then claim it for ours. We'll paint the moon red, white, and blue for no other reason than we wanted to. Oh, Jupiter, imagine what you could become. A stupid, pointless planet turned into a giant gun. And Russia, so sorry, have to burst your bubble. Be a good sport, now sit back, relax, and watch us through the hubble as we celebrate the greatness of the United Planet of America. Space Force, Space Force. We'll saddle up our intergalactic horse and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. We'll go to infinity and beyond, beyond. You'll hear our manly voices singing Space Force strong. Though critics say sound doesn't travel in space, to which we reply sound will do as we say. Oh, Captain Kirk, your achievements, though notable and fine, as far as we're concerned, this is Deep Space Mine. And big fans, but Lord Vader, step away from the lightsaber. There can only be one, of course. Space Force. Ra-da-da-da-da-da, ra-da-da, 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 ra-da-da-da-da-da-da. Ra-da-da-da-da-dum, dum, 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 ra-da-da-da-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum, dum, 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 dum. Space Force, Space Force, we'll saddle up our intergalactic horse, and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. Space
What is this Facebook Live? I've never heard of this shit.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Good evening, boys and girls. This is Tim Kennedy. I'm a Special Forces sniper, a Ranger-qualified Green Beret, a UFC fighter. Please listen to us and the shenanigans that we're going to say. We will insult you. There will be racial slurs. We will be sexist. We will offend you. But there will be magic, and a unicorn will be raped. So enjoy the show. Thank you for listening on WTF Nation Radio.